Hello, I am Eli J. Brown / Sonic Jr. and Sarah, and here is my Ultimate Hero MOC. Now this is a very large hero that was built by the Hero Factory. Well, really built by me, but in the story by the Hero Factory. Now, this has to be one of the largest MOCs in the Hero Factory series that I've made to date. Well, unless you maybe would also count the drone that I did a long time ago. And well, he's got a lot of heavy things on him. The first idea of his look was not this. It actually was a whole bunch of different ideas. Well, there were a couple of things, but I'll actually go over how this was built. I used the instruction for the legs for Brutaka, well, except for the feet. Yeah, the instructions for Brutaka's legs were used, but used a Hero Factory foot instead of a Toa Metru foot on the side of the leg, because I wanted it to stand out to make this a very bulky character. And of course, his feet are not very wide, but it really does not matter, to me anyway. And the body, well, the body is actually made up of all sorts of different things. Like, for example, I used one of the longest torso pieces on this model. These pieces right here are to add some texture. They're attached to the main Hero Factory body piece from the leg joints. And then I got this silver add-on piece from the Breakout series. And then the two multi-barreled ice shields in silver, those are attached to the connection points where the arms would usually go. I originally did plan to actually use a Series 2 Hero Factory main body armor piece for each of those, but at the time that I made this video, I could only find one in my bin, and I needed to have two, so I used those ice shields instead, and they look fine. For the arms, well, I started off using the instructions for Ultimate Duma, and what I did want to do was use one of those shield pieces, like the one that I ended up using for the head, for the side of the arms, but unfortunately I only had one in my bin. The other two that I had, I used on my Stormer bike that I did in the Breakout series. And the hands, well, the hands are pretty interesting too, because they're first connected with a Toa Metru ball cup piece, the one with two ends on it. Then I used a Vaki leg piece, the part where the leg and the legs connect to the rest of the body. And I used that, and I used these Hero Factory skeletal pieces for two of the fingers, and I used Toa Onua arms in black for the other fingers, and they just look quite interesting. Of course, I didn't give him a hand weapon for this one. I did think about it, but I don't think that I would be able to use a hand weapon. I mean, he's got these big hands. Why shouldn't he just use the hands for weapons like that? And of course, as I've said, I didn't have enough of those shield pieces for the side of the arms, so I just had to come up with whatever I could. So I used a Toa main body piece and a Toa foot onto the side of there. Though something that was really important for me in doing this was that I used 2 Toa feet in the matching shade of silver. Apparently, some shades of silver are a bit brighter than others, so it probably is not easy to tell from a distance, but if you look really, really close, you can tell that one of them is slightly brighter than the other one. So I had to make sure that they were both at an even shade to make that perfect. The arms are attached to a standard size hero body. Hold on. Sorry about that. Well, anyway, continuing on what I did with this model, I did originally plan to have some sort of jetpack like with Jet Rocka, but after putting up all of this, I kind of realized it would have been too much, and it would have been too heavy, considering how heavy he ended up being. So I put in these 2. Oh, you can't see them very well. These 2 guns right up here from the Fantoka series, and put in 4 yellow balls into each one of them. I could have put in some red ones, but I don't have many red ones, so I just did the yellow ones instead. And for the head is actually very unusual. I'll actually show how this one was done. Now the head uses, let me show you, uses this formation of ball cups, although one of them is starting to break, so I may need to get a replacement there. And the head is actually made from a hero body, the thinner body piece, and I used one of the silver Hero Factory body pieces for the back of the head to cover that up. And then with the shield here, I just put on some bow rock teeth right there, just and attached it right there, and that's how it all works. The idea of using this sort of shield for a head was based upon the fact that, well, don't you see a face in there? Jane Bricks, then known as Lego Jane, did a very large Takanuba MOC using one of these shields for the face, and that's when I decided to go for this one. I really wish that I could have made this character a lot bigger, but it would take a very long time. But I'm pretty happy with what did come out. So, yeah. So that is Ultimate Hero, the biggest and bestest or baddest hero to be built by the Hero Factory, much bigger than any XL hero. So thank you for watching, and I'll talk to you again later.